Hey Maths Legends, going to have a cracking time here looking at place value and expanded notation. We're going to be looking at using place value to recognise a number. And the reason we're doing this is we need to know what each value of a digit is in a number so that we know when somebody's going to give us the big bucks, that we know how much they're going to give us.
Right, Legends, let's have a look and see what we need to be able to do to be successful in this lesson. Now, the first thing that we're going to need to know is we're going to be able to identify the different place values. So all the way from the ones all the way through to the tens and hundreds of thousands. I can also use place value then to name and write numbers up to 100,000 in expanded notation. Now we're going to actually talk about what expanded notation is and how that looks. And the last one there is I can recognize the value of digits in a number. So the difference between a place value and the value of a digit. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and have a look also. So let's have a look at this number. Now, if I'm going to say this number, I know that I'm going to go into groups of 3. So to start off with, I'm going to look at my biggest group of 3, which is here, and I've just put the yellow around. And we know that that is our thousands group. So if I say this number, 632, I add thousands on the end, 632,000. And then I'm going to say the last number, 479. So this one here is 632,479. Now we're going to need to know that each of these place values have a name. So if I get my green highlighter pen now, we know that we have the ones, and we have the tens, the hundreds, then we start our new name, which is thousands. Then we go to 10,000s and our 100,000s. Now if we were to go to the next house, that's the millions, we would do millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, and you would have seen this in previous lessons. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. If I was to say to you, and I'm going to use a different highlighter pen now, I'm going to use a red highlighter pen, and I said to you, tell me what the value is of the number 4. Now here is the number 4. And I'm looking at the value, and we know that it's hundreds. Oh, that's gone a bit funny. There we go. So we got 400. So the value of the 4 is actually 400. So it's not asking me the place value, which is a hundreds house. It's asking me the value of that actual number. If I then said to you, what is the value of the 6? Here's my 6. Then I know that I'm going to look at the house, which is 100,000, and I'm going to say that I've got 600,000. So if it's 600,000, I'm going to go, all right, I've got 600,000, so I've got 600,000. And that is the value of that number. Now, I sure know that if I miss the wrong amount of zeros, then that's going to get me the wrong answer. This could be a bit of a trouble, especially if we're talking about money. I certainly wouldn't be wanting to miss zeros if I was dealing with money, because then I would get less money from the person who owes me. Let's have a look at the next set of numbers. Here's a brand new number. We have 261,558. Now, if I'm going to expand this, I'm going to do it really easy. Here's my 2. Now, I know that it is 200,000. So I'm going to write 200,000. Now, the best way of me knowing how many zeros, I can look at how many extra houses I've got after it. I've got 2, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses after it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros after it. I'm going to put a plus. I'm going to move to my next place value, which is a 6. Now, it is 6 10,000s. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. I'm going to move to my next one. I know I've got 1, and I've got thousands. It has 3 zeros. I'm going to move to my next one, which is a 5. It's 500. So I'm going to put 500. Then I have 50, which is 50, and then I'm going to have the extra 8. Now you can see that what I've done here is each time that I expand, I'm going to make sure that I add I'm going to add an addition sign between each of my different numbers. Now, if you can do the value of each of these numbers, the difference between expanded notation and value is as simple as putting a plus between each of the different numbers and starting from the largest house and going down to the smallest place value house at the bottom. Okay, here's what I would like you to do. It's really simple. Here's a number here. Stop the video. You are going to look at my number, 832,741, and you are going to expand that number. You are going to start with the 800,000 and then you're going to add a plus and you are going to continue on and write each of these different values one after another. Stop the video now, come back and we'll see if you've got the correct answer. Okay, let's start off with our 800,000. We've talked about it. Then we're going to go to the 3. We know it is 30,000. There we go. I'm going to add the next one, which is a 2. It is 2,000. I'm going to add the 700. I'm going to add the 40. And I'm going to add the 1. So you should have had 800,000, 30,000, 2,000, 700, 40 and 1, all with the addition sign next to it. If you've got that, take a photo of that and post it for this week's homework. Well done, guys. See you in class. Bring any questions with you.